Hey people, what up? This is Nakul again, back with another video for you guys, and today I'm gonna give you an honest review of the new OnePlus 3. So let's do this. Okay guys, so you are pretty familiar with the concept, the pros and the cons, what a normal user would like and dislike in this phone. So first of all, I'll be starting with the pros, the good things, and then the camera part, the camera review, picture quality and all, and then cons, and at the end I'm going to talk about some general stuff like the battery backup, the sound quality in the earphones and all that. So let's start with the pros guys. Okay people, so the first thing that I like about this phone is the looks and the build quality of this device. The build quality is really amazing and premium. There is no margin for error. Everything is so amazing and solid, I would say. Plus look at the design, it's unibody plus metal body and it looks really amazing as you can see. Sorry about the fingerprints and all that, but yeah, the phone looks really great and the build quality is really good as well. So that's the first thing that I like about this phone. The next thing that I like about this phone is the RAM of this device, which is one of the main highlight of this phone. It has 6 GB of RAM, which is really amazing if you ask me, because my laptop still has only 4 GB of RAM. So a phone which has 6 GB of RAM, that's really a great deal. And most of the times, even while running all the application and everything, the most RAM that was used was only 4.2 GB. So it means there was still plenty of memory left, and I didn't even turn off or force close any applications or anything like that. So if you keep force closing, there's no problem at all, and even if you don't, there's no problem at all. Just use as you want. It has 6 gigs of RAM, so that's really amazing. Now moving on to the next thing, the third thing that I like about this phone is the fingerprint sensor of this device, which is right over here in the middle, and it's pretty fast. Honestly, it is the fastest one I've used so far. I mean, look at this. So fast. So obviously that's one of the main features of this device and pretty amazing one, I would say. So that's the third thing that I like about this phone. So now moving on to the next thing that I like about this phone is the dash charge feature of this phone. It charges your phone so quickly guys that in just matter of 40 minutes I went from 11% to 80%. Can you believe that? Only in 40 minutes. I mean, you really don't have to worry about the charging. Even if you are running low on the battery, like 15%, 10%, and you have to go out, just put it on charge, and while you change your clothes or do your makeup, whatever stuff, and in just matter of 7 to 10 minutes, it will give you around 20 to 25% of battery. So in just 10 minutes, you are from 15 to 35 or 40. That's really great, and a full charge takes around 50 to 55 minutes. That's all, and you're good to go from 10% or even 5% to 90-95%. So that's pretty amazing if you ask me. Now let's jump to the fifth good thing about this phone, and that is the loudspeaker of this device. Now I know in the unboxing video I said the loudspeaker volume is just average, but the clarity is pretty good. But actually the volume is pretty good as well. Obviously not as good as OnePlus One, I would say, but it's slightly lower. If OnePlus One is on 100, then it would be on 90. That's all. But the volume is pretty good. I tested with the real songs. Actually, it was initially kind of a average volume, but as soon as the speaker burned in, I played few songs for half an hour, so the volume got louder. And yeah, it's pretty loud and pretty clear as well. And if you listen to OnePlus One or this phone, you can't really tell the difference if you don't have any decibel meter or anything like that. So yeah, the loudspeaker is pretty loud and really amazing quality. So that's the fifth thing that I like about this phone. So now talking about the next thing that I like is the alert slider right over here. As you can see, just turn it up and it will put everything to silent and turn down, and it's now all notification, and you can even customize its profiles and everything right over here. As you can see, alert slider, priority setting and silent setting. So you can go over here and customize some stuff, and here as well. So yeah, that's a good feature. Came in the iPhone first of all, now we have in the Android as well. So that's the one thing that I like. Now let's jump to the seventh thing that I like about this phone is the display of this device. Now it has 5.5 inches of screen, which is OLED, and it's full HD 1080p, and it's crystal clear, guys, as you can see. Plus the thing I like about this display is that it has really small, or you can say thin bezels. So it feels that the display is going all over to the sides and being curved. If you apply a black wallpaper on the screen, then it really helps to make this illusion that the screen is going all the way to the sides, because obviously the bezels are black and black wallpaper really helps. Like if I go in the settings, see, you can feel that the screen is going all the way to the sides. It looks so amazing. But obviously if you go over here, as you can see, the screen is ending right over here. So it has really thin bezels, but that's not a problem. I think it's a great thing. And yeah, the display looks pretty amazing, and there were no problems in the direct sunlight as well. Just keep the brightness on automatic, and when you go out it will turn up the brightness. No problem in the readability or anything. However, there was one problem that I faced because of the thin bezels. When you hold the device in one hand while taking selfies or whatever like this, sometimes your finger hits the corner of the screen and you end up pressing something which is right over here or here like this. So that really happened few times, but that's just something I wanted to share. So anyways, that was the seventh thing, the screen, which I really like. Now moving on to the next thing that I like is the Oxygen OS in this device. Now as you all know, this phone is not running on Cyanogen mod, but instead on the Oxygen OS. But don't you worry, it's almost as good as Cyanogen mod. It just doesn't have some small things, small customization options, but still have many things, I would say, and many customization options. Plus it's all bloatware free. As you can see, there is nothing at all. Many apps, in fact, I installed in this phone, like Snapchat, this browser, and Facebook, Instagram, and all that. And that's all the apps we have. No bloatware, nothing at all. And you can customize bunch of stuff, like right over here, enable shelf, quick search, quick notification. I won't go in much depth, but just give you an example. You can customize all this stuff, as you can see. Plus in settings you have alert slider, which I told you about, user, then you have customization, battery, gesture, and all that. Plus you can also customize the color of the LED notification LED. So again, you have almost everything. So that's another thing that I like about this phone, Oxygen OS. So now let's jump to the last thing that I like about this phone. The ninth thing is that this phone does have NFC support right over here. It was gone in the OnePlus 2, but it was there in the OnePlus 1, and then they took it away in the OnePlus 2, but now it's back in the OnePlus 3. So this phone does have NFC support, and that's pretty good news for all those users who use NFC. So that was the last thing that I like about this phone. Now before I move on to the cons part, let's talk about the camera, picture quality, and stuff like that. Okay, so let's open the camera. Here we go. So as of right now, I won't be showing you the camera interface because that would take even more time. But if you want to see that, click right over here. This is the unboxing video of this phone in which I showed the whole camera interface. So if you want to see that, click right over here. But if you're watching this video on mobile, you won't be able to see this link. So for all you guys watching on the mobile, the link is in the description. You want to see the camera interface, click on it. Okay, so let's talk about the picture quality. And I have 3 words. Pretty nice, really good, awesome. The picture quality is really great, guys. I just want to show you a pic. Let me go in the gallery. Here we go. As you can see, there are some leaves, water, and there's a regular housefly right over here in the middle. Now let's zoom in. Can you see that? That's amazing if you ask me. Look at the clarity, guys. Look how tiny it is, how small it is. And obviously it's gonna get pixelated, but still, you can see even her legs or his legs, whatever, hairs, wings, eyes, tentacles in the middle, as you can see. So I don't know about you guys or photographers out there, but a phone camera that can do this, it's pretty amazing for me. Look at that. I mean, really amazing. So that's just a sample. There are more pics you can see now. Okay guys, so as you just saw the picture sample, you can clearly judge yourself that the picture quality is pretty amazing in this phone, no matter if it's outdoors, indoors, or even in low light. I mean, obviously it's gonna suffer a little bit in the low light, but nonetheless, it's pretty great if you ask me. So I have no complaints for the picture quality. I mean, it's pretty great. Plus, this phone also has optical image stabilization, so again, a plus point. And the video recording you can record bass, unlike the OnePlus one, which used to distort the audio if there was some bassy thing or song playing in the background. But in this phone you can record the bass in the video as well, no problems whatsoever. Plus, while recording the video you can toggle the flash as well. Let me check. Yep, you can toggle the flash while you're recording, so that's a good thing. But you cannot pause the video, at least there's no button right over here to pause the video, so that's one bad thing. But you can take pictures simultaneously. As you can see, you have tap to focus. Plus you can increase the brightness or turn up the exposure. You have this slider right over here which comes really handy even while taking pics. If I just go back, as you can see, here we go. So yeah, pretty great. So anyways, yeah, that's about the camera. Amazing picture quality. You do have optical image stabilization. You can record the bass in the video. It does support 4K video, so that's a good thing. Plus you have slow motion, time lapse, and all that. You have a manual mode as well. As I said, if you wanna see the camera interface, just go to the unboxing video, and I showed the whole camera interface in that video. So this is the manual mode. So anyways, let's move on to the cons part now. And by the way, before I move on to the cons part, I want to tell you one more thing, that the front camera, which is 8 megapixel, is pretty amazing as well. Here are the picture samples for that. So as you guys just saw the picture sample of the front camera, you can see the clarity is pretty amazing. So yeah, both the cameras are pretty amazing. Rear is 16 megapixel and the front is 8 megapixel. So both the cameras are great, I would say. Anyways, now let's move on to the cons part. Okay people, so let's start with the cons now, the things that I don't like in this phone. And I could only find 3 things that I don't like, only 3, and to be honest, they are not even that major if you ask me. So the first thing that I don't like about this phone is that it's kind of slippery. Yep, definitely, because it doesn't have sandstone finish back. It's matte, and even at the side it's all matte and smooth. It kind of is slippery. I found myself dropping it on my chest while I was using it on the bed laying, and sometimes even I have to be really careful while I hold this because I don't want to drop this, especially while taking selfies from one hand like this. So yes, this phone is kind of slippery and you need to be careful guys. Now let's jump to the second thing that I don't like about this phone, is that the camera is bulging out of the back, as you can see. So when you're gonna put your phone down like this on the table or any rough surface, if not today, not in 1 month, not in 2 months, but someday it's definitely gonna get scratched, and that would be awful guys. So that's another thing, and a major one I would say that I don't like, because if they have this camera sensor bulging out, they should fill all this area with extra battery. That would give us even more battery. Obviously it's gonna increase the thickness of the phone, but that would give us even more battery. I don't mind having a thick phone with a huge battery. So all the phone makers, if you have a camera bulging out, even the iPhone, just fill all those, fill all that gap with the battery, make a bigger battery and make the phone thicker by this much. We all appreciate more battery. And there was one guy who was asking how to protect the camera lens. Get a back cover which goes above this bulge. Obviously it's gonna make your phone a bit thicker, but that's the choice you have to make. Or else wait for someone to make a camera lens protector for the OnePlus 3 as well, just like the iPhone 6 and 6s, because the camera of that phone is also bulging out, and I see those plastic rings which get fixed on the camera lens and goes a little bit more ahead than the camera. So when you put your device like this, it's that plastic cover that's get touched to the table or whatever surface, not the actual camera lens. So either get a cover that goes above this camera lens, or wait for someone to make that camera lens protector just like we see for the iPhone 6 and 6s. So that's how you can protect the camera lens. So yep, second thing that I don't like, camera is bulging out of the back. So let's talk about the last thing that I don't like about this phone. While using the camera for like 10-15 minutes, the phone gets kinda hot from the upper side, from this area and this area. Nothing happens while you're charging the device or using it heavily, but only while using the camera for long, it gets hot from upper area. So that's the third thing that I don't like, heating while using the camera. So those were the pros and the cons, plus also the camera part. Now time for some general stuff like the battery backup. So the battery of this device is 3000 mAh, and with normal usage I got around 12 hours of battery backup. And with normal usage I mean no gaming, no heavy stuff, just Facebook, Snapchat, WhatsApp, a bit of calling, a bit of YouTubing, and a bit of web surfing, I would say. And that's what I got, 12 hours of battery backup with the brightness on auto, Wi-Fi on, and the screen on time was around 4 hours, 20 minutes, and near 4 hours you can say. And with less usage you can maybe extend it to 15 or 16 hours, and with heavy usage I would say around 7 to 8 hours. So yep, the battery is pretty decent and average, but I don't mind because the charging is so quick. I mean, just give it 10 minutes and it will give you 20 to 25% of battery. So I'm pretty satisfied. And the second thing I want to tell you about is the sound quality in the headphones, which is again pretty good. If you have heard the sound quality of the OnePlus 1 and OnePlus 2, it's almost similar, I would say, and nothing exceptional and nothing too bad either. It's good. You get good bass, good vocals, good trebles. You do have a equalizer, you can tune it yourself in the normal Google Music app. I'll just show you. Settings, equalizer. So here we go. You do have this equalizer, you can tune it yourself. You have some presets, you can turn it off, on. You do have surround sound, and you also get the bass option, as you can see, bass boost when you plug in the headphones. So yeah, nothing exceptional, pretty decent. Obviously not as near as the Lenovo phones these days, because they have the Dolby Atmos and the music quality in those phones are amazing. So this is not that, but it's pretty decent, guys. So yep, that's pretty much it, guys. This was the honest review video of the new OnePlus 3, and if you want to know my final comment for this phone, if you are thinking to buy this phone or any phone in the range of 30-25k, I would say, just go for this. I am totally in love with this phone. As you just saw, there are like no major cons in this phone, and it's amazing device, guys, seriously. So if you are looking forward to buy this phone or any other phone in 25 to 30k, I would say just go for it. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and if you have any comments, suggestions, anything you want to know about this phone, put it in the comments down below. I will try my level best to help you out, guys. and do subscribe to my channel. Catch me on my Facebook page, the link is in the description. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share with your friends. Means a great deal to me to see those likes, those thumbs up. So yep, I'll see you next time guys. Take care.